From being the only country to produce billionaires faster than other nations, to dominating the tech world with the biggest e-commerce platforms, currently China has a total of 1,058 billionaires, according to the Hurun Global Rich List. That's a ridiculously large number of people to come out of a communist state. Chinese billionaires live a life much more extravagant than what you'd have assumed after watching Crazy Rich Asians. Here's a rundown of the richest Chinese billionaires and their outworldly possessions. Zhongshan Shen. As of 2021, standing at a net worth of $68.9 billion, Zhongshan Shen is the richest billionaire in China. Born and raised in Hangzhou, Shen comes from a humble background, starting his professional journey as a sales agent selling healthcare supplements. He founded a bottled water company, Nongfu Spring, in 1996, and the rest is history. Taking advantage of new technology, Shen understood his consumer base and expanded his humble company into a leviathan of epic proportions. At the end of 2020, Forbes listed Zhang as Asia's wealthiest person. Despite being the wealthiest person in China, Zhang is known for being a lone wolf, as he primarily lives a pretty low-key life with his wife and 3 kids. He barely makes public appearances, doesn't talk to the media, nor does he publicly express his political views. If there's anything crazier than being the richest man in China, it is being the richest man in China who doesn't flaunt his wealth. Ma Huateng. In 2021, Huateng's net worth stands at $65.8 billion, with his primary source of wealth coming from internet media. He is the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Asia's most valuable company, Tencent, one of the biggest investment, gaming, and entertainment conglomerates in the world. The web media giant Tencent owns stakes in Tesla, Snap, and Spotify. Apart from being named one of the most powerful people in the world in 2018 by the CEO World magazine, Ma has a keen taste of the finer things in life. He owns multi-million-dollar properties in Hong Kong and has collected art pieces worth $150 million, adding to his growing collection of super expensive things only Chinese billionaires can afford. Colin Huang. Born in 1980 to middle-class factory working parents, to becoming the 3rd richest billionaire by creating the largest agricultural platform in China, Huang is the founder and former CEO of the e-commerce company Pinduoduo, which surpassed Alibaba as China's most popular e-commerce company in 2020, racking up to 788.4 million users. Once the initial public offering of Pinduoduo launched on NASDAQ in July 2018, Huang's 47% stake in the company was valued at $14 billion. From what it seems, with big pockets comes bigger responsibilities. Huang was named the leading philanthropist on the Hurun Philanthropy List 2021 after pledging billions for social responsibility projects and scientific research. According to Bloomberg, Huang and the founding team has donated 2.37% of Pinduoduo shares, which is like $100 million, to the Starry Night Charitable Trust to support fundamental research in biomedical science, agriculture, and food. Heyo, Bezos, feeling inspired to follow Huang's footsteps? The lifestyle of the rich in China. Keeping the mega ultra super rich Chinese billionaires on one side, the affluent and moderately rich Chinese are actually quite proud of their wealth, and they're not afraid to show it. From driving around in the most expensive cars, to living in grand mansions that are spread over acres of land, to wearing nothing less than designer labels and diamond-studded Rolexes. China is the #1 country to purchase the most Rolls-Royces, and the largest single order for Rolls-Royce was placed by the luxury hotel entrepreneur Stephen Hung. Back in 2014, Hung ordered a fleet of 30 Rolls-Royce Phantoms to chauffeur his guests back and forth to their destinations. If you think that's extra, you're taking the Chinese too lightly. In addition to ordering a fleet of bespoke, extended wheelbase Phantoms, which alone cost $475,000 per car, the order also included the 2 most expensive Rolls-Royces ever commissioned, complete with gold-plated accents on the inside and out. Bougie pets for bougie Chinese. The extravagant and luxurious lifestyle isn't just about million-dollar mansions and flying off to the Caribbean in your private plane for a family vacation. The Chinese don't hold back when it comes to their pets, either. In 2014, a Tibetan Mastiff, an ancient breed of dog that resembles a lion, was sold for nearly $2 million at a Chinese luxury pet fair. The anonymous buyer dropped a whopping 12 million won on the dog, which converts to 1.6 million. The dude could have just gotten himself a lab and called it a day, but then how else was he going to symbolize his status and wealth? An insatiable appetite for haute couture. According to the latest Hurun Wealth Report, there are 960,000 millionaires in China, and gone are the days when being conservative with your wealth was the norm. The affluent Chinese upper class are not holding back when it comes to owning luxury goods and designer labels. High-end brands like Louis Vuitton, Balmain, Burberry, Hermes, Gucci, and Prada have experienced a surge in their consumer base coming from the East, and boy are they big spenders. The Chinese market makes up about 35% of global luxury spending, and this percentage doesn't seem to be coming down anytime soon. Here's a fun fact. The most expensive handbag is owned by a Chinese actress and singer Li Bingbing. The bag features 1,600 white diamonds that amount to nearly 40 carats and costs $400,000. Kim and Ye's wedding was nothing compared to this Chinese wedding. If you thought it was outrageous of Kim and Ye to spend $12 million on their wedding, the Chinese actress, singer, and model Angela Young, better known as Angelababy, got hitched in 2015 and had the most over-the-top wedding ceremony that cost a total of $31 million. The bride's wedding ring alone cost $1.5 million, and the festivities kicked off with a pre-wedding photo shoot of the couple in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Of course, we expect nothing less than the gorgeous bride donning exquisite Elisab couture gowns. Kim K, you better keep up, because Angelababy's coming for your spotlight. The richest woman in China has her eye on real estate heaven. What do you do when you're the richest woman in China and you have billions to spare? You get a hold of the crown jewels of Manhattan real estate, of course. Zhongshan Shen, the Chinese property tycoon, has her eyes set on acquiring a 40% stake of the GM building, which is home to the flagship Apple store in New York. According to the Wall Street Journal, the GM building is valued at $3.4 billion, which is by far the most expensive property in the United States. Turns out that Sin has had enough of the rising levels of pollution and the political instability in China, and so she's thinking of moving to the US with her family for a better future. It's cute that she thinks the US is any better than China in terms of its government and environmental health. Luxury doesn't just mean splurging on superficial possessions and spending thousands of dollars on one shopping trip. It's more about the status and recognition that comes with owning luxury products. When it comes to introducing luxury to the Chinese, we gotta keep in mind that just about 30 years ago, China was completely isolated from the rest of the world. The primary mode of transportation was a bicycle, and luxury was attached to being able to make a phone call. That's all we have for you guys today. What do you think about the rich lifestyles of Chinese billionaires? Leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts and what you'd like to know more about in the next video. See you in the next one. Bye.